NBC reporting this special report, ATF FBI on scene at the shooting in San Bernardino, California. And they're saying that the one's not related up in Pasadena. Well, I don't know, but it's too much to be a coincidence. And there's another one in Savannah, Georgia that happened this morning. What's involved here is mind control, programming people who are victims themselves and don't know it. And this goes way back to MK Ultra, and you can Google it, and at least this is supposed to show the murders I'm talking about, because the agency doing this, I wrote a book about mind control murders, and I won't go into that. Back in '75 till April Fool Day of '80, when they almost killed me, I ended up across the state line. I'll say this so that you can get the gist of it. Working for the district attorney there, in the condition I was in, I passed a background check by Sheriff Patterson there in Huntsville, and worked for the district attorney till 1st of December, I believe, of '80. But the point is, I was writing the book about programming and mind control, and Larry Flynn of Hustler magazine was shot while I was trying to do the book in Lawrenceville, Georgia, and his attorney killed. Now, I was flown out there during a political campaign to replace one of the doctors, Larry McDonald, congressman doctor, and his plane went down, the KAL, in the sea from Juneau, Alaska to Seoul, South Korea, and all aboard 2+ were killed passengers. Anyway, he was one of them I wrote about back in '80. Had a letter from the FBI, ongoing investigation, national security involved. Edward Snowden tried to tell you, I was trying to tell you before then. But these agents, the agency doing it has kept doing these mind control murders, and they're done in patterns, just like the next door to me, the Virginia Tech at Blacksburg, the 33, and the shooter turns around and he's programmed to shoot himself, and that's what's happened in a lot of these. It doesn't have to be mass; it can be lone shooter, and they turn around and kill themselves, or a knife or car or whatever. I mean, it's unlimited what you can do with it, and the person doesn't even know that they're being programmed. So that's about all I wanted to say. I had just put up some videos yesterday and finished them today when I turned on TV, and this happened. I don't need their names or anything. It's like it's ongoing until the media is forced. You're going to tell me that they can march up in Chicago and get people fired. They can march everywhere, but they can't march enough to force the media to tell the truth. Or if they marched enough and got together and publicized and let people, if you tell it one-on-one, they're afraid of it. It's not that they don't believe it, they do. So if you care to go back, this happened, this is going on now in San Bernardino. I believe this is what they reported. It's at a resource center for the mentally disabled. I just put up about Audie Murphy, and I knew back then in '71. I just happened to be looking that up yesterday again, Googling it, and I didn't know mind control. I didn't have the terminology for that, no mechanism used. I knew it was done in patterns, the murders, and the plane went down. But Audie Murphy's plane crashed here right next to me in '71. I never knew I was going to be up here or any of this. And it crashed at Brushy Mountain. It was headed to Martinsville. It was trying to get to Roanoke, too. It tried to sit down in Galax. And it crashed. And it crashed at Catawba. Catawba is a mental health, state mental health hospital. All these these shooters and all this that they hate and are telling about, and they're asking the president about it. My God, the media's getting paid to tell this, and they don't. I'll go back to Eric Rudolph, who lived on the trail and off and on, and was in Murphy, North Carolina. After all these years, this rookie cop found him at 4 o'clock in the morning trying to get food out of a dumpster. He's in prison down there for the abortion bombing in Alabama, and for the, I guess it was shooting or bombing at Piedmont. It used to be Piedmont Park, I think, Olympic Park shootings or bombing. He's innocent. He was programmed. I said it back then. Um, but so I don't sound rambling here. It's just that I can't understand why people. I know that they believe it. The media won't tell it. Um, I started telling, and I don't know if I'll get it on here, but mental health has nothing to do with programming. Like uh, James Holmes and the Aurora, Colorado shootings at the Grand Theater. They fed him psychotic drugs. My God, the man is programmed. He wasn't mentally ill, and to give him, it's not medicine. When you give someone something that is wrong, that diagnosis is not right, and it's sick how they're letting it happen. So I'm going to quit with this one. I just put enough up, and I don't think it's doing any good. In fact, I get afraid to put anything else up here. But this is going on, and the mind control right next door, Jens Zoring, the German diplomat's son, and Elizabeth Haysom are in prison for murders they didn't commit. Uh, they can do it in single murder or doing it in mass, or they can even mass use mass mind control, if you want to call it hypnosis. It's mind control and programming to form an army. So I'll leave it at that. That's what's going on. The plane, when you take a plane down because you programmed the pilot, they bring in security. So in essence, you commit the crime. The agency commits the crime, and the sole purpose is to bring in more security because everybody gets afraid. The shootings at the school, and right away they want to take the kid to a psychiatrist. So you're playing right into their hands. And, you know, this was put together some time back, and I knew Audie Murphy's plane going down. I just didn't know the relationship to Catawba, where it went down, Brushy Mountain. And the FBI, I'm going to tell you this, the FBI used to put posters up, wanted posters for Eric Rudolph, along the trail. They would stop at Catawba. Now, I was told, and I never knew of them going further north. If they did, they skipped Flowhart Knob in this area at Troutville. They didn't put any up. They have told it themselves, and nobody wants to hear it, and the media won't tell you the truth. But they're getting paid to delete the truth.